Om Prapanna Parijataya Totra Vetra Ekapanaye Jnanamudraya Krishnaya Gita Amrita Duhe Namaha. We are reading Srimad Bhagavad Gita with Shankar's commentary. And on the last occasion, we read up to Shloka 69. The Sthita Prajna Lakshanas are going on. And in that, the Shloka told us that the consciousness is just opposite. That is the theme of that Shloka. Or of the whole Sthita Prajna Lakshana, or of the whole second chapter, that the Jnana is consciousness is totally different from the Karma is consciousness. Now, because of this, Shankar feels that he should tell us something more. Because of the totality of change of consciousness. Not only change, but the consciousness becomes opposite to what our consciousness today. So because of total opposition, Shankar wants to tell something more. And that is, we read, Atah karmani avidyavasthayam eva chodyante na vidyavasthayam. Vidyayami satyam udite savitari sharvaram ivatama pranasham upagacchati avidya. Atah, therefore, karmani avidyavasthayam eva chodyante. Chodyante means Vedas tell us to do. That is the meaning of chodyante. Vedas tell us to do karmas. Only when we are in the realm of wrong knowledge. When we are in the realm of wrong knowledge, ignorance, only at that position, Vedas tell us to do karma. Na vidyavasthaya. Not when we have gained knowledge, not when we have cultured the knowledge and come to feel it directly. When we feel the real nature, our own real nature, the real nature of the whole world, Vidyayami Satyam, then like when the sun rises, then the darkness created by the night, Sharvaram means night, Ivatamaha, like darkness, darkness created by night. Pranasham upagacchati avidya. Avidya is like darkness created by the night. It goes away. Upagacchati. That means not physically goes away, but in our consciousness, it meets with death. The avidya goes away when the vidya rises. Pragvidyotpatte, till the vidya is born, avidya pramana buddhya gruyamana. Avidya means wrong knowledge is there. But we take that wrong knowledge as our standard, as real, as the real means of knowledge, pramana buddhya gruyamana. What is its nature? Kriya karaka phalabheda rupa sati. Avidya is of the form of work, the factors of work, the result of work, that is the form of avidya. And so, when that is taken as right, that is taken as the means of right knowledge, sarva karma hetutvam pratipadyate. So, avidya pratipadyate tells us to avidya becomes the cause of all karmas. Here, mind you, sarva is used. All karmas, that means again doership. Avidya postulates doership. Before Vidya is born, Avidya is taken as the right knowledge, means to right knowledge, and it is of the form of action, factors of action, the results of action. Therefore, it becomes the cause of all our karma. न अप्रमाण बुद्ध्या गृह्यमाणाया कर्म हेतुत्व भवति. This is something important, that let perception be according to avidya. But we do not take it to be real. Apramana buddhya gruyyamanaya. That means avidya is taken. Avidya is taken means avidya is pursued. Wrong knowledge is pursued. World of names and forms is pursued. But apramana buddhya, not the right knowledge, not as means to right knowledge. If that is the case, then it will not generate karma in us. If perception is wrong, but it is understood to be wrong, it is experienced to be wrong, it is realized to be wrong in our consciousness, then it will not become the cause of karma. It cannot become the cause of karma. प्रमाणभूतेन वेदेन मम चोदितं कर्तव्यं कर्म इति कर्माणि कर्ता प्रवर्तते न अविद्या मात्रम इदं सर्वं निशा इव इति. Again, something more about karma, that I do karma. Here karma means karma yoga. I follow karma yoga because Vedas are telling me to do that. Additional factor is telling. Not simply because I am in ignorance. I am in ignorance. So automatically I may do so many things. I may feel the doership. But that does not mean I do Vedic karma. So Vedic karma I do because Vedas I take as standard. I do karma because Vedas I take as standard. And I feel Vedas are teaching me karma. That is the inner psychology of the karma yogi. Yasya punah nishaiva avidya matram idam sarvam vedajatam iti jnanam. One whose knowledge or consciousness is that like objects of dream or unawareness of the dream, night, all this vedajatam, all these different objects. Like this, if consciousness arises, then tasya atmadnasya, he is called the man who knows himself. Sarva karma sanyasya eva adhikaro. His fitness is for giving up all karma, giving up the doership consciousness. Na pravritta. He will not have the tendency, the direction towards karma. So, avidya, perceptions are according to avidya, but they are taken as results of wrong knowledge, like that the knowledge has come in him. So he is a man who knows himself, his fitness. That means this jnana-nishta, he has got the reverse consciousness. For him, perceptions may still follow of this subject-object world or various objects in the world. Perception may still persist. He is jnana-nishta. But he knows it to be not right knowledge. He knows it to be wrong knowledge. And so his fitness, his natural fitness is to remain steady in that pursuit of consciousness, not engage himself in doership. Tatha cha darshayishyati, Bhagavan himself will show this in the 5th chapter, Tad buddhayas tadatmanas tannishtas tat parayana gachanti apunravrittim jnana nirdhusa kalmashaha. In the 5th chapter it is said, when by knowledge his impurities have been washed out, then all his mind is for God. His Atma, his Antakarana is filled with feelings and thoughts of God. Then Nishtha, and is steadfast in that. That Parayana, that is the only goal of it. So all this is the description of a Nishtha, evidently. His aim of life is nothing but God. Such a man preaches moksha because his impurities are washed out by knowledge. So Shankar quotes this shloka of the Gita, 5th chapter, that this is what Bhagavan is telling, that in Jnana Nishtha, he does not engage himself in karma, though he may perceive the world. Tatrapi, now a doubt comes at this point. Tatrapi, pravartaka pramana abhave, pravrutti anupapatti iti chet. Now the Shastras, do they tell him there that cultivate knowledge? They have given him knowledge, and so he has no tendency towards karma. All this is for the sake of realization, finally. As a sadhana, he has no pravrutti for work. Then how he will have pravrutti for knowledge also? Because the Vedas do not specifically tell him cultivate knowledge. Such a thing is not told by the Vedas. Pravartaka pramana abhave. Pravartaka praman means Vedas telling him do like this. That is pravartaka. So there is no such injunction in the Vedas that cultivate knowledge. So there also his tendency will not be there to cultivate knowledge. Now this is some important point. Shankara says, it is not necessary to cultivate knowledge. Knowledge is about yourself, and you know yourself. Only some wrong ideas have come upon you, and the Vedas tell you again and again to remove these wrong ideas. That is what the Vedas have told. They need not tell you, cultivate knowledge, because knowledge will be automatically feeling. That is your own real nature. So, Vedas do not require to tell you to cultivate knowledge, but they only tell you to remove the obstructions in your natural knowledge about yourself. No, Swatma Vishayatvat Atma Jnanasya. The self-realization is about your own real nature. Nai Atmana Swatmani Pravartaka Pramana Apekshata Atmatvadev. Because it is your own self. It is not necessary that somebody should tell you this is yourself. Nobody need to tell you to cultivate the knowledge of the self. It is your own self. Pravartaka pramana apekshata atmatadeva tad antatvacha sarva pramananam pramanatasya. Additional factor. Realization of the self is the end of all sadhanas. Pramananam pramanatasya. Means of knowledge being means of knowledge. Meaning is sadhana. By sadhana you will realize yourself. So all sadhanas end when you know yourself. So where is the question of telling to know yourself? Knowing yourself is natural. Obstructions are removed. Then where is the need of telling to cultivate your own knowledge? Because all is going to end when you know yourself. नहीं आत्मस्वरूप अधिगमे सति पुनः प्रमाण प्रमेय व्यवहार संभवति. So once you realize your own self, there is no question of any sadhana. That is the important point here, that all the sadhana has an end. Some big philosophers in Maharashtra once upon a time said our sadhana is endless, infinite. That is not true. There is an end to sadhana. That is the point to be stressed here. That pramana atma swarupa adhigame sati. When you know your own nature, puna pramana prameya vyavahara sambhavati. The pramana prameya vyavahar, means of sadhana and realization, this is not possible there at all. Pramatrutvami atmano nivartayati antyam pramanam. This is the last sadhana. And what does it do? It removes you, the knower. You are the sadhak. And that sadhakatva itself it removes. You, the sadhak, is removed. That is realization. So it is not you who realize, but your real nature shines. You, the ego, is gone. You, the doer, is gone. You, the knower, is gone. And the knowledge flashes. Nivartayat evacha pramani bhavati swapnakala pramanam eva prabodhe. So, when it removes the craving for sadhana, then it has vanished. Apramani bhavati. It no more is the means of realization. Example, in Swapna, you see some pramana prameya vyavahar. But when you wake up, all that is gone because that was in Swapna only. So all this is under ignorance only. Once you realize jnate dvaitam na vidyate, once you realize there is no dvaita, then where is the sadhana? So sadhana is a definite end. It ends in your realizing your own real nature. From jnana nishtha to jnana, something wrong is happening here. Where is it? Oh. Oh, yes. So, this is what the Atma Jnana says. Seeing that the consciousness is totally reversed, Shankar feels to tell us these deeper truths. लोके च वस्तु अधिगमे प्रवृत्ति हेतुत्व आदर्शना प्रमाणस्य. Even in this worldly life, when he gets the object for which he was struggling, then there is no more tendency to try to get that object. Once having got the object in the world also, there is no more tendency to try to get that object. Tasmat na atmavida karmani adhikara iti siddha. So for a man of knowledge, there is no need, there is no fitness, there is no need of doing any karma, engaging in doership. Automatically the doership has vanished. But all this discussion, why? One point we already seen that there is end of sadhana. Second point is that some people, we have to learn a little history. Buddha, Bhagavan Buddha himself removed the faith in the Vedas of the Indian people. He simply removed the faith in the Vedas because he felt Vedas asking you to kill animals in yajna. So lock, stock and barrel Vedas stopped. He did not differentiate karma and jnana. Vedas tell us to sacrifice knowledge. It is not good, so don't go to Vedas. Now that resulted in something very, very bad. Faith is gone. Faith in the scriptures is gone. Then where will a man lead his life? By his own whims. That is the most dangerous thing. And the karma being taught by the Buddhas, he said, look here and there, see people are in misery, go and struggle to remove their misery. That's all. I will not tell you about the Atman. So this dual attack of telling only karma and no faith in Vedas, this brought a big gap, a vacuum in the Indians' life. They could not catch the relation between the karmas and the knowledge, which the Gita is telling again and again. That this karma gives purification, which gives knowledge. That was not told. Only go and do karma. So a vacuum came. And the whole society would go down into docks if there is no faith. And then there arose one great person, Kumarila Bhatta. He understood that due to the penetrative reasoning of the Buddha, they removed the faith in the Vedas. So he became Buddha. He understood or he learned all their subtle reasoning. Then came out of their clutch, and in debate, those were the days that if you debate, you convince, you follow that like. So in debate, he defeated all the Buddhist scholars. That was not Buddha's time, much later. And he removed Buddhism, lock, stock and barrel from India. No Buddhas were available, no books were available. So much he, because when he restored the faith in the Vedas, people flocked around him, they got their faith back, and so they shunned the Buddhistic teaching. I'm telling you facts of history. Then, but he did all this on the basis of Vedic Karma Kanda. He proved the Vedic Karma Kanda to be superior than the Buddha's karma. Because this karma will lead you finally, and it has given you faith in scriptures. Now, then Shankara arose. And Shankar saw that if people follow only Vedic karmas, they will not come to the final goal of life. So these people addicted to Vedic karmas were his permanent opponents. He everywhere saw people's tendency to work having faith in the Vedas. And therefore, we see everywhere he gets a chance and he attacks the karma. This is what is the history. Why there is so much attack on the karmis. Why in Shankara's commentaries everywhere, Shankara's preaching everywhere. This is the psychology. Buddha removed the faith in the Vedas, told his own karma. Faith, after faith goes away, man is doomed. Kumaril Bhatta learned their logic, defeated them, revived the faith in Vedic Karma Kanda. People flocked to that because they got their faith back. Then at that point, and he removed all the Buddhas from India. Then at that point, Shankara was born, and he wanted to revive the faith in the knowledge portion of the Vedas, because that would only give the ultimate moksha. not doing karma again and again. And so, wherever he finds, we find him attacking the karmis. That is the whole history. Understood? So here, as soon as he gets an occasion, though he has the other goal also to tell us that sadhana is an end. Not that you go to Swarga again and again, do again and again, karma again and again. No. Through karma, you come to knowledge. Knowledge will remove all your difficulties and you will be permanently established in your own self. So that is what he found because of this Nisha Sarabhuta now. The consciousness being opposite to the previous consciousness. So that is how this commentary has relevance. Now, consciousness opposite has been told. The effect on life should be told. How the life becomes. Then man will understand. Apuryamanam achala pratishtam samudramapah pravishanti advat tadvat kamayam pravishanti sarve sashanti mapnoti na kama kami. Kama yam sarve pravishanti. Kama means desires. Kama means desired objects. Suppose there is an object which generally people desire. It sends its waves or whatever, its effect, it tries to tempt us. So from it, the eyes see, the ears hear, touch, and all that comes. But what happens? From outside, some sensation comes because of the objects. But there is no response. There is no reaction because the objects are not taken to be real. So what happens to all these sensations coming in? They become drowned inside. Example, the ocean. From all sides, rivers are bringing water in that ocean from all sides. And yet we do not see the ocean crossing its boundaries anywhere, anytime. It absorbs all the water. That is the example. Now this is the life of a Brahman. Mahapurush Maharaj, towards the end of his life, he could not sleep because of so many elements. So some disciple, somebody used to read some scriptures to him. And a disciple was reading this shloka. To prove the efficacy, you may say, Mahapurush Maharaj told him, you understand? He explained this shloka by telling that you all are there, so many objects are there, because being the president, so many people would offer so many things to him. So all these objects are there. They go in, but nothing comes out. No temptation, no feeling comes out. So automatically, naturally, explaining this shloka, he talked about himself. That in that man, instead of saying that man, he said like this, here, nothing comes out. So a direct testimony, and this is the purpose for which these shlokas have come. So, as my Guruji told repeatedly, I am telling you that the meaning of the words of the scriptures are not to be found in dictionaries, but in the experiences of Mahapurushes. So this is another illustration. Akala pratishtam samudram apa pravishanti. Apa, waters, enter samudra, which is being filled from all sides, but achala pratishtam. Ocean is established in itself, does not move out. In like manner, all the kamas enter somebody and nothing comes out. Such a man gets peace finally. Na kama-kami. Contrast is shown. If the objects produce desires in you, then you will never have peace. So this is the contrast. By enjoying more and more, you will never have peace. But if the sensation of the objects enter and nothing comes out, then only you will get peace. So that is the lesson here. Vidusha Taktekshanasya Sitapragyasya Yatehe Eva Moksha Prapti Natu Asanyasina Kamakamina iti Etamartam Drishtantena Pratipadayisyan Aham. I should keep some tea here. A man of knowledge who has given up all desires, he is Sthita Prajna, he only gets moksha, not a man of non-renunciation, a man full of desires for objects. This implication is being shown through an example, not by reasoning, but by an example. Apuryamanam advi achala advi apuryamanam, being filled with water. Achara pratishtam achalataya pratishtha avasiti yasya tamachara pratishtam. Achalataya pratishtha, its limits are fixed, not changing. That samudra apa saroto gatva pravishanti, from all sides they are coming. Swatmastam api avikriyameva santam. Swatmastam, it is in itself. Avikriyam, no vikriya comes in him. Like that, yadvat, tadvat, kama, vishaya sannidho api. Kama means in the company of objects also. Sarvata, ichha vishesha. Kamas means ichha vishesha, different desires. Yam purusham samudram eva apa avikurvanta pravishanti, like the ocean, without disturbing him, they enter. Sarve atmani eva praliyante, gets dissolved in himself. Na swatma vasham kurvanti, the objects do not get a mastery over that man. So Shanti Moksham, Shanti means moksha here. Apnoti na itara, kama kami. Kamyanti iti kama vishaya, tan kama itu shilam yasya kama kami. Kama kami means a man whose habit is to be tempted by objects. Na eva prapnoti iti artha, he can never get this moksha. That is the meaning. So we are coming toward the conclusion. Vihaya kamanya sarvan umascharati nispruha nirmamo nirahankara sa shanti madhigacchati. Here two more words have come, important words. Find some solution for this. Puman means man with, he has self-effort, but is nispruha, he has no ambitions. Charati, he moves about in the world. Sarvan kaman vihaya, giving up all desires, and without the sense of mine and without the sense of I. These are the two words added. Nirmamo nirahankara. Because of the elimination, there is neither my in him, there is neither I in him. Such a man obtains peace. Such a man obtains moksha. So it is the summary or conclusion of everything told up till now. In the first shloka, we are told that giving up desires, he gets satisfied within himself. So that is concluded here, that giving up all desires, and the basis is that giving up all sense of mind, giving up all sense of I, he only enters, he only gets moksha, that is peace, final. Peace that passeth understanding, that is what they say. Yasmad evam tasmad. Yasmad evam means like the example of the ocean. Vya parityaja kama. Yes, sannyas. Evidently, he is a sannyasi. Puman, Sarvan, Asheshata, Karsnen, in totality, not that keep something, no. Charati, Jivan-Matra Chekta, Shesha, Paretati, iti artha. That means he lives. For living is moving above. Only life is there, nothing, no desires. Nispura, Sharira Jivan-Matra, he does not have the will that let me live. But life is there. He is not dead. Jivan-Mukta. And so he moves about. Api, Nirgata, Spura, Yasacha, Nispura. All the desires, ambitions have gone away from him. Nirmama, Sharira Jivana Matra, Shipta Parigrahe Api, Mama Idam Iti, Abhinivesha Varjit. Shankara has shown the deeper connection. Now, when he is living, he has maybe some clothes, he may have some food, he may have somewhere to live, but above those essential things also, he does not say they are mine. Let us have an example. There was a great saint, Pavahari Baba. That is the name given by people to him. He lived in a cave near the bank of the Ganges in Ghazipur in Uttar Pradesh. And he used to now and then in 10-15 days come out, and people used to keep some potatoes, he would take them back. So people thought he lives only in air. So they gave him the name Pavahari Baba. Now, a thief entered, seeing that he is in a cave. So he might have stored something. And when he entered, he saw there is nothing, 1 or 2 cooking pots. So he bundled those cooking pots, and Pavahari Baba was in Samadhi. Then when he started running, Pavahari Baba opened his eyes and saw the thief running with all his belongings. And seeing him, the thief dropped that bundle and ran away. Pavahari Baba took up that bundle and ran behind him. The thief thought he wants to get me red-handed. But because he is a yogi, he caught that thief at some point and said, my brother, take away, they are your things. Understood? No, mine. Even in the thing, minimum things required for his life. That is a sannyasi. Mama idamiti abhinivesha varjita. He has no hold that these are mine. There is a similar, but a different type, the bishop's candles. A beggar in the night asked the bishop to give him shelter. He gave him shelter, he gave him food, but he was a thief. He saw the bishop's silver candle holes. He stole them and ran away. Police caught him, and they understood this is bishop's candle. So they brought him to the bishop. Please identify. He said, why you have caught him? I have given that to him. Let him take it. Nirahankaro, Vidyavatwadi Nimitta Atma Sambhavana Rahita. And what is this ego? Because he is a man of knowledge, people will respect him. That does not fill him with ego. It is so natural to him. So Shankar has analyzed why these 2 words are used, and he has shown us the deeper meaning. So evam bhuta स्थितप्रज्ञो ब्रह्मविद शांति सर्व संसार दुखो परम लक्षणम निर्वाणाख्यम अविगच्छति अधिगच्छति प्राप्नोति ब्रह्मभूत भवति इत्यर्थ. So this man of jnana nishtha, sthita prajna, becomes finally the man of knowledge, and the stopping of all transmigration, that is the nirvana, is the name of that. He gets that shanti. Now this word requires some comment. Bhagavan Buddha has used that word again and again, nirvana. And it seems extinction of I is the meaning. In the next shloka, this in the commentary Shankara has pointed out, but in the next shloka, Bhagavan will call it Brahma Nirvana. Don't think only the I has gone. I has gone into Brahman. That is the important difference between the Buddhistic teaching and the Vedantic teaching. Not only that I is annihilated, I is merged into Brahman. So we get the last shloka now. Esha Brahmi Sthiti Partha Nainam Prapta Vimuyati Sthitva Samanta Kalepi Brahma Nirvana Mruchati. Brahmi Sthiti, that means the final, where the man stays only as Brahman, not as an individual. The Jnana-nishtha is culminated and stays as Brahman only. Once he gets that, O Partha, never he will be deluded. So that is another thing. He does not come back, he does not do work. He never comes back to ignorance. He never comes back to this world. And suppose the Jnana-nishtha has not culminated during his life, at the end, even if it culminates, it is the same. Sthitva syam antakale api. If he gets this final realization, even at the point of death, what he gets is Brahma Nirvana. Is I melts into Brahman. See the Gita, see the deeper meanings brought out by Shankara at every point. He says, Sayasha Jnana-nishtha stuyate. Stuyate means showing the efficacy of life. Jnana-nishtha's efficacy in life is that he gets moksha. If fulfillment does not come in life, it comes at the end of the life. Esha yathokta brahmi brahmani bhava iyam sthiti. Sthiti, which is living in Brahman. Sarva karma sannyasa brahmarupene avasthanamiti etat. So gives up, again Shankara has brought that. That has become his habit. That giving up all doership. That doership had gone back long back. Brahmarupena eva avasthanam. Because I am experiencing Brahman, there is a very subtle form of doership. So even that is gone. Hey Partha, na enam sthitim prapya labdha vimuyati na moham prapnoti. No more is delusion for him. Sthitva asyam sthitau brahmyam yathoktayam. This Brahmi Sthiti as described till now. Antakale api, ante vayasi api. Shankar says Antakale need not be point of death, but toward the end of his life also. Brahma Nirvanam, Brahma Nirvruti Moksham Gacchati. Nirvruti. Nirvruti is the completion of everything. It is not Nivruti. Nivruti means withdrawal. Nirvruti means completion. Brahma Nirvrutim, completion of life in Brahman. Moksham, that is moksham. Richati means gacchati. Kimu aktavyam brahmacharya eva sannasya yavad jivam yo brahmani eva vatishtate sa brahma nirvanam ruchati iti. Shankar says, doing karma yoga, then purification, then jnana-nishtha. Like that, he may fulfill his life at the end. He also gets moksha. What to speak of one who has not worked in this life at all? All his life he is living in Brahman only. From Brahmacharya Ashram itself he has taken sannyas. He has not entered the householder's life of work. So what to speak of them? He will automatically get Brahman Nirvana. We have apparently come to the end of second chapter, but one thing has remained. The names of the chapters in the Gita as are told in the end, just to put the whole thing in our mind, what have we read? So that colophon, it the expanded type of colophon, iti Shri Mahabharate Shatasahasram Samhitayam Vayasikyam Bhishma Parvani Srimad Bhagavad Gita Upanishatsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Sankhya Yoga Nama Dvitiya Adhyaya. I am not explaining the whole colophon, we have discussed it long back, but name Sankhya Yoga. It is not Karma Yoga, remember. Sankhya means right knowledge. Sankhya does not mean Sankhya philosophy. Sankhya means right knowledge. And he says that right knowledge is the means of moksha. Here we got the right knowledge, but we got the karma yoga also, which leads to right knowledge. So we can understand the meaning as, instead of right knowledge, right thinking. Right thinking. How the Brahmanas think, how a karma yogi should think, how karma yogi is thinking makes him reach that goal. This is Sankhya Yoga. Because the Vidwan Madhusudan Saraswati, for example, have told us that Gita has three parts: karma, upasana, and jnana. And this is included in karma. We have seen balance into prasad. So, Sankhya Yoga means the right thinking. Right knowledge, right thinking, both in karma-nishtha and in jnana-nishtha, so that ends the study of the second chapter. Now to make some announcement. Tomorrow, the Indian festival of Deepavali starts. Tomorrow is called Dhanateras. Some people call it Choti Diwali. And 15th is the Brothers' Day, the ending day of Diwali festival. Diwali has several aspects. And so 15th the thing ends. So now third chapter will take up on Thursday 16th. Today 9th Thursday. Next class will be on Thursday 16th November, where we'll take up this third chapter of the Gita. Om Prapanna Parijataya Totra Vetra Ekapanaye Jnanamudraya Krishnaya Gita Amrita Duhe Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.
Prapanna parijataya totravitraikapanai jnanamudraya krishnaya Gitamritaduhe namaha.